Welcome, everybody, to our virtual motivational speaking event, The Climb to the Top. I'm excited to have each of you here. We have four amazing keynote speakers today. Well, I'm one of them. So, three other amazing co-keynote speakers today. And we are excited that you decided to join us. We will be going live on Instagram from 1 p.m. all the way until 6 p.m. So we have one speaker every single hour. I am excited to be able to partner with these amazing speakers to bring this content to you. And they're going to blow you away. And here's the thing. We have selected speakers that we're impressed with, right? That have motivated us, that have impacted our lives. And so the Climb to the Top is a totally digital, online, motivational speaking event with you in mind. And the goal is to help you unleash your power to win in life. There's so many people who are, their life has changed. COVID has changed a lot of people's lives. And so this is going to be helpful to you. Just to kind of give you a little bit of the lineup, we have one coming on now. Just to give you a little bit of the lineup. Right now it's Tiffany Nicole Russell coming up. Tiffany is absolutely amazing. How are you doing, Tiff?
Hello, I'm well.
Good.
How are you?
Good. I'm excited that you're here. I'm just kind of getting everybody ready for what you're about to share with the entire world. I'm excited about that. I have all of my digital stuff set up. I have tablets and computers and other phones and everything else that I'm ready to go to make sure that I'm and answering questions for you. So I'm excited to hear what you're going to share. And I want to tell everybody that the people that we've chosen, the professionals that we've chosen to speak at this all digital, all online, all streaming event, I've chosen them because they have impacted my life with their lives and what they've said. I mean, totally blown away. And Tiffany is definitely one of them. So we're going to give her an opportunity to share. Tiffany is an international women's success coach. She coaches all kinds of women all over the world. And just a little bit about her, and she'll share this with you as well, is Tiffany rose quickly in corporate America. And to a director's role, and everybody is always trying to get to the top of their career. And when she got there, and make sure I'm telling the story correctly, when she got there, she realized, oh, this is it. this is what it's all about. And you know, you get to those places, you have these ideas in your mind. People tell you got to climb that success ladder, and you had a ton of corporate success in your life, and you got there and you found that you were not as happy as you thought you were going to be. And so you have taken that experience and turned it into something that people could use, that people could actually begin to use in their own lives to help them. So I know you're going to share about your story, and then I'm going to have you share as well. But I want everybody to know, please, stay with us all day long today. This is about you. This is about sharing experiences, sharing information and content that is going to help you leapfrog the next level in your life. That's what it's all about. And the speakers today, I promise you, the speakers today will help you do that. So Tiffany, thank you so much for being a co-keynote speaker with us. You know, I love you with all my heart. I know that you're going to be a blessing to the people here, and we will give everybody at the end of your talk the opportunity to partner with us and partner with you directly, I'm sorry, as well. So everybody, without further ado, Coach Tiffany Nicole, I'm gonna sit here. I got my notepad, I got my pen, I'm ready to go. So share what you're going to be sharing, introduce yourself, tell everybody what you're all about, and then let us know what you're going to be sharing with us today.
Absolutely. So Dan, as always, thank you, my friend. I love you, my brother, and thank you for having me. Thank you for sharing your space, as well as thank you for everybody that's here today, will be here tomorrow, next month. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I always like to set the tone with my intention. My intention is to provide something, if it's just a word, a phrase, or something that will help you and help better you, whatever it is that you're seeking. That is my 100% intention for today. So to get started, a little bit about me. I'm a coach, a wellness coach and teacher. I help people, because now I'm coaching men. I help people take where they are and get to where they want to be with just mindset hacks and a few lifestyle changes. It's not nothing hard. It's just the stuff we already know. And I help you put steam behind it to get you where you want to be. So for me, a little bit about my story, because I could go on forever, right? um, at first, my only intention was to graduate college, get a master's degree, and to become a director, right, within my field of banking. And I worked 50, 60, 70 hours to make that happen in my life. And then I get there after 15 years of setting that intention for myself. I think I was maybe 21 years old when I set that intention, because I had only met one other African-American woman who had done it. And I looked at her as success, right? She was success to me. She had this beautiful family and husband and children, and right? So I set that for myself. I was 21 years old. And then 15 years later, I finally make it. And I shared the story with you, Dan. I got there and I absolutely hated it.
Wow.
I didn't like the fact that I had to be hands off for my employees. I wasn't able to get to know them in the way that I was desiring to get to know them. I wanted to know their spouses' names and their children, right? I wanted to really know them. I wanted to work with them and be with them, right? I wasn't allowed to. Within that bank, we had to keep a certain distance from director level to workers. And it just never resonated with me. The work I was doing just didn't excite me anymore. And so then I fell into this thing where I had a lot of shame. Well, you prayed for this and God gave it, and now here you are saying that, you don't like it. Then I tried to convince myself to thinking that I liked it, and I hated it even more. The more you resist something and push for something, the further it becomes, right? Which I was trying to push for some kind of happiness, and the further happiness got away from me. So then one day, the most miraculous, beautiful, and amazing thing happened to me was I got laid off. I had never been so excited to be laid off from anything in my life, but I was laid off. And then I thought, well, what the hell am I going to do now? So then that's what birthed the teaching that I'm doing today. It was in 2015. I started doing what I'm doing at a local church in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, where I was working with women who had lost, children, and they, within losing those children or miscarrying, they needed to re-identify who they were, rediscover, right? Because we all know who we are, we just forgot. So I helped them rediscover who they were. And at the time, I was only living on unemployment, but I had so much more excitement in life doing the work I was doing. So it grew from there. And that's how I started. So, hold on. Dan, did you have any questions for me?
No, I
So
want you to
far?
keep sharing your story. Just keep
Okay.
on going. It's your time.
Okay. So that's how I started. And I've been in this business and on this journey since 2016, right? In terms of business. But I've been on my own personal journey for a good 15 years. So here I am today. And when I think about my journey, because I've had so many dips and turns and successes and what people may call losses or failures, which I call goodness and gratefulness, right? Being laid off was goodness for me. So what I found in all of that pivoting, right, in my life, and when you ask, Tiffany, how could you take all of your experience and share with somebody and help them unleash their own success in their lives, right? Because we all measure success differently. So the first thing I would tell people, well, that I did personally, is I had to identify what success meant for me, right? Because there's absolutely nothing wrong with desiring to be a director in your field or desiring to be, a married stay-at-home wife, if that is your desire, right? If that's what you're trying to get to. There's absolutely nothing wrong with those goals, but make sure they're aligned goals for you, right? So that's the first thing I'd say that I did is, and everyone should do, become very intentional and clear about what success and or freedom, because success and freedom for me is the same thing. right? So define what that means to you. For me, it was doing work that really mattered, work that lit me up, work that even though it may be hard and long hours, I was excited to get up to do it and to do it with grace, right? So that's what success was for me. So determine what success is for you. Once you do that, and then the biggest thing, and we hear this a lot in the motivational teach world, is now you have to master your energy. And here's what I mean by mastering your energy or mastering your spirit. In what ways do you struggle? Right? And you may say, wait, what does this have to do with anything you just mentioned? In what ways do you struggle? Because it's in determining the ways that you struggle that you can then begin to place safeguards to help you continue moving and grooving and moving past, growing past those challenges where you struggle. So to bring that into context, for me, I would struggle with being all over the place. Once I determined what success was for me, once I determined the avenue that I wanted to take, which is working with other women and people and helping them get from where they are to where they desire to be, and I started to really develop my own process and processes that really worked in my life as well as in the clients that I had already started working with, I tried to do everything. I tried to do my own marketing. I tried to do my own teaching. I did everything. And what I realized is my zone of genius was not in marketing. It was not in, systems and all of that. So I would begin to kind of like do this twist and turn, trying to come up with ways and avenues to help it work. And really what I did was nothing. I was taking away from my zone of genius, which is the teaching piece, which is the delivering what I teach, which is learning more so that I can share more. Right? I was taking away from that. So what I had to learn is, in what ways do I struggle? And in those ways, now I got to create a safeguard. Let me reach out to my buddy Dan, who knows marketing, and hire some folks, right? So to bring that to you, what ways do you struggle? Find out what they are. It's not anything to shame you about, but it's just to say, okay, now I need to put a safeguard in place to get assistance in that thing that I struggle with so that I can keep this thing moving, which is your goal, your dream, whatever that is. For me, it was career, business, right? And keep it moving. Sit down and come up with every single way that you can struggle, that you know you can struggle. Let's say if you're a single mother and you know that time may be a place where you struggle, right? Because you have kids that need to be here. You have to be here. You have another child that need to, be here, right? That's a legitimate thing that could cause some struggle in time. Okay, let me safeguard that, right? Maybe I need to get assistance with, driving this person here and getting this person here so that I can be available to do this in my career. Figure out where you struggle, come up with the safeguard, and then keep moving. And you do that with everything. I find that when we don't have safeguards, we spin out of control, which then depletes your energy. You lose concentration, and then you lose the steam that you have. And that's so important. If you lose the steam, focus, and concentration, then you really don't have anything. You're legitimately tired. So safeguards, 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 right? So the second thing I would say in mastering your energy is really coming up with tangible things that you can quantify goals, right? Quantifiable goals. So for me, at that time, my goal was to get more clients in, to have my message heard more. And what ways could I do that remained authentic to me? In a world where it seemed like everybody was doing the same thing, how can I do it where it's authentic, but then, I'm still here and I'm present? I would tell you to partner with other people. So let's say if you're not in the business that I'm in, let's say you're in a business of, let's say, teaching, because teaching is a big virtual teaching these days, and in the COVID era, this time is a big deal, right? You may want to partner with other teachers, right? Let's say your zone of genius is English and their zone of genius is math. You partner with those two and you both teach and build your curriculum that way. So whatever it is, kind of like fix it in a way to where now you're being your authentic self. However, now you're partnering with other people. It's in that partnership that you're really going to find your flow and really master your own zone and genius. You don't have to do it alone, right? What you got, Dan?
I love it. No, I love it. No, you, this is so much confirmation for me. I want you to keep going. Please, I do
Yeah.
not want to disturb this flow.
Yeah.
This is awesome. Keep going. I'm writing
Perfect.
it all down. Go.
Yeah, yeah. And then because like I said, they're mastering your own energy. It's so broad, but here I'm just giving the first three that's gonna really take, if you stay consistent with the three things I just gave you, which is, coming up in the ways where you struggle, coming up with ways that you can safeguard those things where you struggle, and then maybe partnering with other people that can help further your cause. I think the final thing I would like to add would be find a way that you can dump your mind from the day. So for me, it's dance, it's exercising, right? That's how I shake it off. Find a way to shake things off. And here's what I mean by shake it off. Our journeys is never just one-sided or one way. Like this journey, I tell you, 2020 COVID-19 wasn't on anybody's vision board. Nobody expected this, right? So this whole season is, to me, is just a way to remind us to find a way to release, to let it go, right? Find a way to reset every single day, every single day. So find that thing that's going to help you master your energy. That's going to help you kind of get out of that burnout and that anxiety, because you're no longer going to worry about the things you were sitting there worrying about that cause the anxiety, right? That's a huge part to mastering your energy, is finding a way to just release the day. It's over. We can't go back. We can't, we just can't go back. So find a way to release that. It could be family, if that's where your comfort zone is. For me, it's alone, eyes closed, working out, right? Music releases the day, and I don't pick it back up until the next morning. So those are the ways that the main, I guess I shared four, but ways that you can really like master your energy that's going to continuously keep you going. And listen, guys, you can use any four of these steps I just named with any aspect of your life. Let's say if it's weight loss, right? What ways do you struggle in weight loss with releasing the extra weight? What ways do you struggle? Let's say if it's, time and staying consistent with the gym, you can use the same thing. Okay, what safeguard can I put into place? Maybe it's an accountability partner. That somebody that is going to kick your booty and make you get up, right? Maybe that's your safeguard. Maybe a safeguard for you is maybe not keeping any sugar in the house. Or a safeguard could be maybe it's having it, but not overindulging, right? So you can apply every principle to everything I just named, and mastering your energy and getting you to the next level, unleashing that inner you to get you to the next level to any part of your life.
So let me ask you a question, Coach Tiffany. I know that we're in the middle of your talk, but let's go over these, and I want to kind of do a little bit of more of a deep dive, because there are people who are listening who are trying to identify a couple things. So the first thing you said is you have to identify what success means to you. Why is it important for people to really, really frame what success looks like to them? Why is that important?
Yeah. So the reason why it's important is it's like a GPS. If you just get in your car and you're just driving, right? You really don't have a destination to where you're going. You're just driving. Then where are you going? You're just driving. The reason why you really need to identify what success is, because that's going to determine where you're actually going. For me, I had to identify it because I made up in my mind success meant attaining a director role. That's just a title. I didn't have any understanding of how I wanted to feel, the work I wanted to be doing as a director. I just knew that I wanted to become a director, right? So you have to really identify what success is so you know where you're going. If I'd understood what it was for me, which is to serve people and to help people, it wouldn't have mattered if I was a director or a cleaning lady. right? So that's why it's important for you to identify that.
That is so good. Okay, so that is so good. Okay. And I see Dexter saying this is good too. So let's talk about that for just a second.
Yeah.
People often think success is a destination.
Yes.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
It is, in
Mm-hmm.
your case, you said success to me is being a director. But there are many things that are involved with being a director, and part of those things
Mm-hmm.
were removed from you, like you like to engage with your team members, your employees, those you are managing, and they removed that from you. So when you got to that particular position, it no longer felt like this destination is not success. So talk about that. Success is not, if I
Mm-hmm.
understand you correctly, it's not a destination, but it's more than a destination when we actually get down to the nitty gritty of it. So talk about that.
Yeah, absolutely. It's so much more than a destination. It's really, it's really what success is really how you could you. You still there?
I'm still here. Go.
Okay. So it's so much more. It's really how you're feeling in the thing that you're doing. If you even
Okay.
with 16-hour days, right? If you're lit up and you believe in that thing that you're doing, the 16-hour day won't necessarily feel like 16 hours a day. Work won't feel like work. It just feels like life. It feels like you're serving. It feels like life. It's light. It's joyful, even when it's not it's pleasurable, right? Nobody wants to run work 16 hours a day.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just the level of joy and peace in doing it versus trying to make it a destination. That's a job. That's a checklist. That's heavy. That is in some cases for some people, for me, suffocating, right? It's nothing about the destination. It's how you feel in the movement and the action in it.
Okay. Let's again. I want to try to make sure that people understand this. I understand this. So, if success is not a destination, a place you end up,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Then, if I understand you correctly, success, if it's not found in the place you end up, it is found in the process that you are executing on a daily basis. Would you say that that's accurate? It's what you're doing every day that you love doing, that you feel called to do, that
Mm-hmm.
purpose.
That
That
purpose.
is,
Yeah. Yeah.
speak about that.
Absolutely. So to make it more clean and plain, because it's super simple, it's in here. It's the person you're becoming in the process of that thing, that success thing, right? So for me, it was peace in servitude, right? I love being a servant leader, and it was all of the things within the servant leadership space, right? That was real success. Even the grit work, the hard work, right? That it was just this thing of who I became in the process, which was um, something that's not a destination. It's just it's like a piece. It's like a piece internally of what you're doing. So it's not like a destination, like a role. It's a yeah. It's
Yeah,
like a piece. It's like
yeah,
a
it's a piece in the center of your purpose.
yeah,
I understand that, and that's
yeah.
important because what happened is when you thought success was titled director, you got there, the servant leader part was removed, right? So that
Hmm.
no longer
Hmm.
felt like success, and you had to reframe your thinking. Wait a minute. I wanted to be a
Yeah,
director so that I can help people. I wanted to be a director so I can connect to people. And now that I'm a director, you guys are telling me to do the complete opposite. That's outside
yeah.
of my purpose. I'm no longer interested in that. And is that accurate?
That's 150% accurate.
Okay, good. I want you
So
go ahead. Go ahead.
no, you go ahead.
I want to talk about something else too, because we have about 12 minutes left, and I want to make sure that we give everybody some rich stuff, because there's some stuff that really touch me.
Mm-hmm.
So you master your energy, and there are three things that you talked about in terms of mastering one's energy. People could think that's mystical. It's just
Yeah.
all mastering your energy, but you said to master your energy, you have to understand what and be authentic, and tell yourself, what ways do I struggle, and what ways am I struggling? What is making this journey so difficult? Talk about that part of the mastering your energy.
Yeah. So we've been taught to find ways where we struggle and then improve them, right? That's what most teachers will tell you, right? Find the ways where you struggle and improve them. Maybe you're struggling in those ways because, and listen, we can all get better in everything, right? We can, right? But why spend the time focusing on the things that when you struggle the most and you don't do as well, right? And then forget the things that you're a genius at, right? I say let's not do that. I say find out and be authentic with yourself where you struggle, so that then you can create a safeguard for yourself that keep you moving. We all struggle with something. We all have that one or two things that acts like a kryptonite to keep you paused and stuck and spinning around like a crazy person. And we all have it. Why allow it to take root? If you're so committed to that thing you've identified as success in your life, why take the things that you may struggle in and allow it to take root and slow you up? Don't. Come up with a safeguard that will kick your butt and keep you moving. That's why it's important.
So I want to dive into this struggle thing a bit
Mm-hmm.
further as well.
Okay.
Okay, so if I understand you correctly, when you tell a person, listen, you need to figure out where you're struggling. These are areas that you're struggling in. And I understood you to mean there's one of two reasons why you're struggling in that area.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
One is because you need to grow in that area. That's a
Yeah.
possibility.
Mm-hmm.
The other one could be you're out of line. You're not
Ah,
supposed to be doing that anyway. That's why you're struggling in it. Because when
yeah.
you are walking in your genius, if I understood you to mean
Mm-hmm.
this, when you're walking in your genius, it's not as much of a struggle in terms of, oh my God, I got to get up and do this. Oh my God, you don't hate doing it. You love the process when you're walking in your genius, when you're discovering your genius. Talk more about that. Is it the difference between me struggling because I'm not supposed to be doing it, or me struggling because I'm supposed to be getting better at it? Talk about that.
Mm-hmm. So here's the thing. If you're committed to the process and you're committed to growing, right? Which if you're listening to this, that's why you're here. You're committed to growing. If you're not, if it's something that isn't your zone of genius, the words that you use, the zone of genius, if you have a safeguard, you're going to learn anyway. So like I'll use you and I as an example. Marketing wasn't my zone of genius. I had no idea. I would just be all over the place. And I reached out to you and I said, hey, friend, here's what I'm struggling. I can't, this is too much. And he's like, oh yeah, you do this, you make this video, you cut this, you do this here, blah, blah. And I said, okay, right? That it literally took you 15 minutes. Our 15-minute conversation, I did exactly what you told me to do. It wasn't my zone of genius, but I learned, right? So it wasn't something I can't say it wasn't something I wasn't supposed to be doing or not. I learned. And guess what? I took your advice and I did it. It takes me one day to do all marketing. And I made 5 years of hating marketing, the bad guy, and it took you 15 minutes to get me on track.
Wow.
So that is what I'm saying. It's not about you're not supposed to be doing it. Maybe you just have some things. And yes, I need to get better at marketing. I'm in business. I have to get better in marketing. But when you find that it's not your jam and it's not flowing, I kept pushing to make things stick. No, my safeguard was to call my friend who's a genius at it He spent 15 minutes to get me on track. Now I'm on track, and it's no longer a hurdle. I learned how to do it. I learned the system and how to do it. Still not my zone of genius, but I knew how to do it to keep me moving. Now I have a lady to do it for me, but I knew how to do it. Does that make sense?
It does make sense, and I appreciate you telling me that. And for the record, I thought I was just being a friend.
Yeah.
I mean, we love each other and we help each other in any way that we can. I thought I was being a friend. I always make time for people who are contacts in my phone, and you called me, and so I wanted to make sure that we did. But it's good that you say that. So if you feel like, hey, I'm struggling in this particular area, instead of continuing to struggle, find someone where that is their genius, be open
Yes.
and willing to learn from that person so you can make it part of your repertoire. It doesn't necessarily mean shedding it off and not doing it, but partnering with other people who have that as part of their genius, and it will open up what you are supposed to be doing, and it allows you also to be authentic. You don't have to try to become something that you're not to do something that
Absolutely.
you're supposed to be doing. Speak about that.
Yeah. I was reading one of Thomas Edison books, and he said that I wasn't the most smartest and brilliant man, but I knew smart and brilliant men. And so that's what that's what it is. I'm not the most brilliant woman in marketing, but I know brilliant folks who are. And because I believe in living in my authenticity, I believe in learning. I'm a forever student. It was easy for me to learn what to do. So you don't have to be brilliant at it. You just need to know brilliance to
That's
help you
very,
there.
very good. So there are
Yeah.
people that are in our circle of influence that if we're
Mm-hmm.
struggling in an area, that's an identifier, right? And that
Mm-hmm.
is, I could speak about that. That happened to me right before we actually started the conference today, the motivational speaking event. I tapped on my wife's genius to help me in an area, and what has been an angst for me all week. She learned it in literally 5 minutes and said, "Oh, this is what we have to do, and that's it." And so I appreciate
Yeah.
you saying that. So people need to survey their sphere of the people that are in their area of influence, people they know, and tap them on the shoulder. Here's something else I think that's important for people to know. They should tap on those individuals. It's because marketing is part of my genius, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was open and willing to give you any and all of the information in that area.
Mm-hmm.
So if
Yeah.
we find someone who is a genius in a particular area, that person, because it's their area of genius, will be willing to give you everything that you need to make sure that you are getting done what you need to get done in your life. Is that accurate?
That's actually absolutely accurate. It's a joint effort. I remember in my director days within banking, there was a peer of mine. She was a genius in creating like reports, graphs, and all this stuff. I mean, it would take her an hour to do like 2 reports, and it would take me a week. But the thing for me that was my zone of genius was motivation, pushing the team, getting more production, getting more work out of them, you know. And that wasn't her zone. Like she couldn't really connect with them to get them moving. And so one day we were sitting there talking, and I'm frustrated because I can't get my reports together, and she's frustrated because she can't get the team to moving. And I just said, you know what? I'll speak to the teams collectively if you do the report. I had a 45-minute meeting with both teams. We went over quick, fast, and in a hurry what they needed from me so that they could get the job done. And I made sure I delivered. She was in the back doing the reports. And guess what? We were out. It worked, right? You
That's awesome.
have to tap in. So, go ahead.
No, that's awesome. I'm glad you said. I want you to finish that because there's one more question I need to ask you prior to
Yeah.
our wrapping this up. But go ahead.
Man, it's almost time already? What? We need to
Yes.
do it now. So So that's what I mean by finding the ways where you struggle so that you know where you need to go to get you what you need so that you can keep going. You can, listen, success takes time, however you define it, right? Let's say if success for you is money, whatever. All of that takes time. It's that repetition to kind of keep going, right? It's the steps you take every single day that's going to get you to the destination. But you have to make sure that you're completely real and authentic with yourself. There's going to be, if you want to call it challenges or blessings, I call them blessings. There's going to be blessings along the way that's going to cause you to have to be stretched, right? Meaning some things may fall apart. COVID-19, right? All of that kind of stuff. You have to be able to find a way to push past, move past, grow past whatever that thing is that could be hindering you or blessing you, is what I like to call. You have to find those safeguards and then just continue doing. You already have the things that you do great. That it's your jam. That's why you're great at it, right? It's the things that we don't do so great that kind of keep you stuck and keep you from moving.
Someone said pain is an indication that something may be wrong or out of line. So if you're watching this and you feel like, well, man, I'm out of position or I'm doing something, it's a challenge for me to get up every day and go to work. It's a challenge for me to do what it is I'm doing. It may be because you're not walking in your genius. And so I want you to really, I really want to hone in on that. I want really people to really understand that. But I want you to cover this last point, which I think is vital and important as well. And that is, dump your mind from the day or shake it off is what you said. So talk about that. What do you mean when you say people should dump and should they do this every day? Should it be weekly? How often? I know that you love traveling the world. That's part of your dumping, right? Sometimes talk about the importance of dumping their mind at the end of the day or shaking off the day. Talk about that.
Yeah. Shaking off the day or dumping the day could be, the reason why I say that is because we're all human. We're all having a human experience, right? Something goes wrong on Monday, we still talk about it on Tuesday or Wednesday. It's a natural thing, right? There's nothing wrong with it. We will live that thing forever. No, I'm not going to do that. See, when I did that on Monday, my whole system crashed. I'm not going to, because when I did, right, we continue, right? We take that same energy from the day. And it may be very subtle, right? But by the end of the week, you are one crazy person because you're thinking about what crashed on Monday. You're thinking about, oh no, this is going to happen today. I was watching the news and this is going to happen. Oh no, then this is going to happen. Oh, wait a minute, they're going to shut down Dallas again, right? You're going to get all of that. Sometimes you just have to dump the day. In dumping the day or shaking it off, it allows you to create a clear picture of what is happening right now. Today's a new day. Okay, I have 5 clients I have to serve today. I have a meeting with Dan, go online with Dan. Then after here, I have to make sure I'm available for my sisters, right? Okay. And for a minute, I was about to get overwhelmed, and I thought, nope, okay. And the only reason why I was going to get overwhelmed is because my week has looked like this all week long. Dump the day, shake it off. It's a new day. I'm spending time, and I'm here now with my buddy Dan and all of our other friends. And then when I leave here, I'm going to shut this off, knowing that my intention was to serve and say 1 or 2 words that may help someone. And then I'm going to hang out with my sisters and laugh and have a good time and be there. That's it, right? That's what I mean by shaking it off. Be available to where you are today and letting go. Learn the lesson, right? So if you know you click the button and your system's crashed, don't click that button, but you don't have to talk about it. Right? Learn the lesson, but that's what I mean by shaking off the day. Just let it go and enjoy where you are now.
I really appreciate you, Coach Tiffany, and we're going to talk here in just a moment about how people can get in contact with you. I know that I know that your business is thriving and you have tons and tons and tons of clients. And I also know that you always have room. I know that you always have room to answer a question or take on a new client if it makes sense for them. I know that about you, and I know that you are a servant at heart. One of the reasons why you were chosen to be one of the keynote speakers is because I know that you like to impart in people things that are going to help them to succeed in life, which is the name of the conference. It is climb to the top, unleashing the power within. We all have an inner power. We all have we all have a genius that we can tap into to live our best authentic life. And so, people, we're going to talk about how people can get in contact with you. But if you're watching this and you felt like you were impacted in any way, shape, form, or fashion by what Tiffany had to say, I want to give you an opportunity to give back to Coach Tiffany as well. This is your opportunity to partner with her by sowing into her life as a speaker. She spends much of her day giving out to other people, sharing with other people, helping them to become unstuck, untying the knots in their lives. But I want to make sure that this is an opportunity for you to be able to partner as well. There's a thing called seed time and harvest. And the reason why a lot of people don't receive a harvest in their lives is because they are not sowing seeds. They're eating from someone else's harvest. They are eating from what someone else is doing, but they're not sowing seed into their life. If you want success in your life, you need to sow into somebody else's success. This is not about whether somebody needs it or don't need it. This is an opportunity for you to partner with someone who has said something to you that I believe is going to help change and transform your entire life. That's what it's all about. And so, I asked Tiffany, I said, please, can you send me your Cash App information, because I want to share that with the audience so the audience can just sow a seed, whatever it is. $5, $500, $5,000. It doesn't matter. Sow a seed into her life so that she can continue to share this with as many people across the world as possible. And Tiffany's Cash App is I am Tiffany Nicole. That's I-A-M. That's the $ I-A-M TIFFANYNICOLE. I am Tiffany Nicole. Just Cash App her a gift, a thank you. Just please. And it'll help her to continue to be able to share this word and spread this across the world. I mean, at the beginning of this, Tiffany, when you were talking about partnering with people, walking your genius, when I began to listen to the Holy Spirit telling me, okay, I want you to do, you are, instead of seeking opportunity, give opportunity, right? In other words, instead of seeking for a platform to speak on, create one where others can speak on that platform. And I didn't understand how it was all going to work, but I followed obviously the instructions, and the people I knew, just like you, in my sphere of influence, people that I respect, people that have impacted my life, you, Dr. Venus, who's going to be on, and Dexter and Tanya Scott, these people have impacted my life. I am better. I am richer as a human being because of you and them in my lives. And so that partner really spoke to me. Create a platform where people can actually begin to share their genius with other people. And so this is my way of doing that. But I want people to really, really open up and start partnering with people like yourself, because you have a gift. You are using your genius and you are sharing it with the world. And you didn't ask me for anything. You said, Dan, if you want me to be there, I will be there. And you're sharing this time, and I want people to be able to give back to you. So Tiffany's Cash App is I am Tiffany Nicole. If you are watching this and you need to email me or DM me about what her Cash App is, I will send that to you. But send her a gift of thank you. We can all afford it. Remember, it's a seed that you're sowing for a harvest that you want. It's a seed that you're sowing for a harvest that you want. And I want you to understand that you cannot get a harvest. You can't, unless you sow a seed. And there are people who are willing to do all kinds of stuff. Go buy this or go buy that or get things that they don't even know. People are not even sowing into their lives. And here you are giving into the lives of the people who are watching all over the world. And I want to give them an opportunity to partner with you in a real way. So please, I'm asking you to sow into Tiffany's life so that she can continue to share this rich content with others all over the world. So cash app her at I am Tiffany Nicole. I am Tiffany Nicole. Just whatever you can give, that would be awesome. So I'm going to give you the final word in the last 4 minutes. Go, coach.
Yeah. Thank you, Dan. I love you, my friend. I do, I do, I do. So if you want to reach out to me, any one of you, anything, DM me, coach.tiffany.nicole. And I am here to serve. I am here to serve. I am here to help however I can. You can reach me and find me on Facebook, which is I am Coach Tiffany Nicole. And just listen, success doesn't have to be hard. It isn't hard, right? It isn't hard. If you lean into it and really, really just truly, even in the uncomfortable moments, right? Because it's easy to lean into when it's flowing, it's good. But even in the uncomfortable moments, even in the unemployment, even in all of it, it's easier to just sit back and say, all right, let's go, right? Lean into it and just enjoy your ride. It's a good ride.
It
Even
is.
in
And
yeah.
again, and I appreciate it. And with COVID happening, this is the perfect opportunity for people to sow their way out of whatever situation they're in. Listen, you can
Yeah.
spend your time depending on the government if you want to, but
Yeah.
trust me, it's going to, it won't end up well. And
Yeah.
your seed could open up an opportunity for something to be dropped into you, for you to start your own business. That your seed could open up something for you to be open to a partner coming into your life that helps you to then get to the place where you're trying to get to into your life. So please cash app her at I am Tiffany Nicole. Cash app at I am Tiffany Nicole and catch her online. So thank you so much, sis. I appreciate you
My pleasure.
for co-keynoting with me today. You are such a blessing. We are going to take a 10-minute break, give everybody an opportunity to kind of refresh themselves. And I want everybody to stay tuned. You got to come back at 2 o'clock Central Standard Time, because we're going to be diving into mental health. Dr. Venus Miller is going to blow your mind with her
Yes.
story and where she came from as a 5-year-old to where she is now as a 50-something-year-old doctor, helping people through the struggles of conquering their mental health. This is an important topic in the time we're in right now. So I want you guys to come back at 2 p.m. where we're going to be joined by Dr. Venus Miller from Miami, Florida, and she is going to, no doubt, like Tiffany, blow your mind with her story. So thank you. I love you, sis. And I will
Love
talk
you.
to you soon. Guys, remember, cash app her at I am Tiffany Nicole. I am Tiffany Nicole. And we will see you guys after the 10-minute break. God bless.
Bye.